Hello everyone, and thank you for tuning in to Better Horses. This is going to be a 30-minute program dedicated to the education and advancement of our horse knowledge,
where we bring you the best in equine trainers, nutritionists, veterinarians, and equine events from all over the country to help us become the best horsemen and horsewomen that we can be.
Hi, I'm Ed Adams.
And I'm Susie Arbo.
And welcome to Better Horses.
In our first segment, we are riding back down to Weatherford, Oklahoma to visit with professional horse trainer Phil Haugen as he talks about yielding on the hindquarters.
Craig Cameron, one of this country's most recognized horsemen and clinician, walks through the power of the outside rein.
Kerry Kuhn is a world-renowned colt starter and all-around horseman offering a unique approach to loping in fast circles.
And finally, world champion Martha Josey built a legendary career on many horses and will give us a second part of barrel racing patterns. So before you saddle up, stay with us for another exciting episode of Better Horses. And it's the only horse show on your local broadcast television station.
And also airing on RFD TV and the Cowboy Channel.
We'll be right back.
We're here for the hardworking, the resilient. We're for the people who measure their days by what needs to get done, not by hours. Where kids learn responsibility at a young age and generations work side by side. Where work doesn't pause for holidays or bad weather. It just gets harder. Where value and hard work means more than the clothes you wear. We're Kleinschmidt's Western Store, Higginsville, Missouri.
If you're passionate about the environment and your horse's bedding, we urge you to look into WRG Eco Shred Bedding. Made from clean, recycled corrugated cardboard, Eco Shred provides absorbent, biodegradable animal bedding, vacuumed out so it's dust-free and highly absorbent. Eco Shred Bedding is made from recycled materials, perfect for horses and small animals. Save the environment and order the finest bedding for your barn. Go to nebraskawrg.org or call Heartland Horse Products at 620-637-2455.
Hey everybody, we want to thank Better Horses TV for having us on this week. This week I'm going to talk about the importance of yielding your horse's hindquarters. Now, it's human nature that when training a horse we pay attention to everything from the saddle horn forward because that's what we can see. But some of the most important things that we need to be able to control are from here back, and the hindquarters is one of them. So a couple reasons why we need to be able to control those hindquarters is number one, lead departures, and number two, like in the roping, I need to be able to back my horse up into an area and be able to position their hindquarters right or left, however I need to get them properly situated in that corner. So really important exercise, but really simple and fundamental exercise. Everybody should be able to do this with their horse. So I'm going to move Whit over here, turn them a little bit so you can see a little bit better. So when I go to yield my horse's hindquarters, first of all, I'm just going to put my hand down my rein right here. And I'm going to slightly pick up on that rein where my elbow is in, okay? And the reason I'm doing that, when I pick up on that rein, what you do is slightly tilt your horse to that outside, and in this case, it's to the left. Well, when you do that, anytime you position your horse's body to where there's more weight on one foot than the other, when I tilt this horse just slightly, just lean him to the left just a little bit, it puts more weight on this horse's left front foot. The foot that has the most weight on it is going to become the pivot foot, okay? So that's why we do this right here. I'll pick up on that rein, my horse is tilted slightly to the left. I'm going to slide my right leg back. Okay, when I slide my right leg back, he disengages that hind quarter, and as soon as he picks up that foot in that disengagement, I want to release. I don't want to wait until that foot hits the ground and then release. As soon as he picks it up and gives me that effort, I want to be ready to release. Okay? Always remember in all of these exercises, the release is what you teach. Okay? That's the signal, or that's what tells your horse, oh, that's what they wanted me to do. Okay? So just like when I'm going to yield this horse's hindquarters over to the right, I pick up on this rein. Now my outside leg, the direction that I'm yielding his hindquarters, this leg right here needs to be away from his rib cage. Okay? So when I pick up on this rein and I slide my leg back, as soon as he disengages that hindquarter, picks that foot up, I want to release. So you can use that hindquarter disengagement when you're preparing for a lead change, a lead departure. You can use that hindquarter disengagement when you're backing your rope horse in the corner and you need to move them one step to the right or to the left to position them in the box to where they're relaxed. The other thing I use it for too is like when I'm starting colts, one of the first exercises I'll do with them is get those colts to start disengaging that hindquarter right and left. And what that does, it softens that back. And a lot of times if I've got a colt, and it doesn't even have to be a colt, I've actually got a 4-year-old gelding in that's a pretty nice horse, but he's got a hump in his back every morning, and I disengage those hindquarters back and forth until he softens a little bit, and then we're ready to ride off. Hindquarter disengagement is a very, very simple fundamental exercise, but very, very important exercise. That's our training tip for this week. I hope that helps. You can follow us on Facebook and Instagram at Phil Haugen Horsemanship or at philhaugenhorsemanship.com. Have a great week of training, and once again, thanks for having us on Better Horses TV.
Hey Cowboys, we're going to ride smart at the Double Horn Ranch in Texas with Craig Cameron.
Craig Cameron here, Better Horses TV, Ernie Rodina. Thanks for having me, Ernie. You know, he said coming to the Double Horn Ranch was on his bucket list, but on my bucket list just to have Ernie Rodina over here, okay? So thanks, Ernie, and what a great guy and what a great show and how much he does for horse people and for horses. So I was going to talk a little bit. You hear me sometimes talk about the power of the outside rein. You know, it'd be outside rein, inside rein, but outside rein can do so much for you, and I see people not using it at all. Outside rein could give me straightness. Outside rein, I can control the hindquarter. Outside rein, I can control speed. So I'm using my hands in an independent fashion in a training mode, especially with a snaffle bit. So I always say independent hands, independent reins, independent legs. Now what does that mean? That means I'm doing something different with my left hand than I'm doing with my right. Doing something different with my left leg than I'm doing with my right. All these things are important. Something different with my hands, different with my reins, and then that increases my vocabulary with my horse. So I'm just going to ride some simple circles right here, and let's just do a figure 8 and use the outside rein. I'm going to try to use the outside rein only. When I get this horse moving off that outside rein really well, I want you to notice how straight he is. See, straightness. So if I'm going to the left, sometimes I can hold with my outside rein where he can only bend so far, because we know overbending sometimes is the classic mistake in horsemanship. How do I control that hip? Because if he overbends, then I disengage the hip. So I don't want to overbend, and so again, that gives me that hindquarter control. And then if my horse is going too fast, I can hold him in position with my left hand independently, keep my right hand down to keep his head down, but I can slow him with that outside rein. A lot of cool stuff going on with the outside rein if you know how to use it. So here I go. I'm riding a figure 8, teaching my horse to work off the outside rein. So here I go. So it's outside rein, outside leg, turning to the right. I'm going to use the outside rein, left leg, and turning to the right. Outside rein, right leg, and turn to the left. Here. Outside rein only, outside leg, turning to the right. Outside rein, right rein, turning to the left. Beautiful. Watch just the outside rein. Outside rein here. Beautiful. And boy, this is going to help me to when I go to my one-handed riding. Watch me stop this horse one rein. Boom, right there. One rein techniques. That's the trouble when we hand people two reins. Guess what? They use two reins, they start pulling on two reins, and that's exactly what I don't want to do. Remember, it's guiding, not pulling. And when you use that outside rein correctly, you're going to be ready to go to a lot of one-handed riding, which we do in Western riding because we work for a living. Ponying our horses, roping our horses, opening and closing gates, shooting guns. Hey, find the magic, find the power of the outside rein.
Stay tuned. We'll be right back right after these messages.
Those of us who devote our lives to the animals we love can recall a kind of dawning, like a seed planted deep within us and it taken root and begun to grow. It's why our family built a company dedicated to supporting the animals we all care for and this lifestyle we share.
What do you get when you bring together one of the biggest names in veterinary medicine with one of the most caring and committed teams of horse health experts in the industry? You get a vaccine portfolio known for its quality and safety. A pharmaceutical line you can rely on to help manage pain and support performance. You get the products, programs, and people of Merck Animal Health.
We're here for the hardworking, the resilient. We're for the people who measure their days by what needs to get done, not by hours. Where kids learn responsibility at a young age and generations work side by side. Where work doesn't pause for holidays or bad weather. It just gets harder. Where value and hard work means more than the clothes you wear. We're Kleinschmidt's Western Store, Higginsville, Missouri.
It's great to have you here with us this morning. Thank you so much for letting us be a part of Better Horses TV once again. We got Colt out here on Miss Purina. I'm riding a little horse that belongs to Lucas Performance Horses. What we got Colt working on today is loping some fast circles. When you're 12 years old, you love to go fast. But we want to do this in a controlled manner and not just look like we're out here chasing a bunch of rabbits around. So Colt, you gonna be able to listen to me once you speed up?
I can try.
You can try. Well, okay. Can you reel your mind back in once we add a little speed to it? Okay, so here's what I want you to do. You've loped a bunch of circles on this mare. You've loped a bunch of slow circles on this mare. Okay? You're going to get her on a circle. You're going to start out loping slow. And all you're going to do is you're going to run your hand forward, up her neck. You're going to lean forward a little bit. And you're going to push with your legs. You can even smooch to her a little bit to speed her up. Okay? Are you following me? And you're going to stay in that position for at least one full circle. We might even go 2 full circles. And then when you want to slow down, look, see where I'm at right here? You're just going to sit back in your saddle, bring your hand back here a little bit. You're not going to take the slack out. You're just going to bring your hand back here a little bit, and you're going to slow your rhythm a little bit and let her come back to you. You're not going to stop. You're just going to slow back to your slow lope. Okay? Let's go about middle of her neck. About right there. About right there. Think you can handle that? All right, which way you want to go first?
Left.
You go left. Okay, let's get going left. I've got his reins crossed there. I'm going to leave his reins like that for now. So Colt, you need to lope the circle that you want to be on. Place this circle in this arena where you want it. I need you to even your reins up a little bit. Sit back in your saddle. You're not loping fast yet. This is the hard part, trying to rein in the 12-year-old's mind. Okay, that's the slow, smooth lope we want right there. Okay? Have you got the circle where you want it? Because I don't want the circle to change. The only thing that's going to change is the speed. All right, so you're gonna lean forward, you're gonna run your hand up her neck, you're gonna kick a little bit, you're gonna smooch. There you go. Just stay right there like that. Just keep loping. Keep going, keep going. You can speed her up a little more. There you go. There you go. There you go. Okay, now you're just going to sit back in your saddle. Sit back, sit back. But you weren't supposed to slow down to a walk. You were only supposed to slow to a slow lope. Okay? Now, that's not the end of the world, but I need you to listen to me. Okay? Again, guys, this is the hard part about the 12-year-old and going fast. Sometimes they forget. So Colt, when you come back from that fast lope, you're coming back to that right there. Okay? All right, let's speed her up again. Okay, let's come back to that slow lope. Sit back, sit back. Thank you. Now over here by my banners, just say walk and let her slow to a walk. Good job. Colt. I like how your position as you're loping around there fast. Keep walking that circle while I'm talking to you. But hey, you got to come back and sit back in that saddle back here where you want to be to get back to that slow lope. Okay?
I feel like if I sit back in my saddle though, I feel like she's just going to want to stop because she's so used to it.
That's going to bring her back to a slower speed, yes, but you're not going to drain all the life and rhythm out of your body. You're only going to slow the rhythm down slow enough to get her back to that slow lope. Okay? Want to try it the other direction? So let's lope a circle slow first. I have to laugh, Ernie, because we need to find the right lead instead of the left lead. Can you change leads? Thank you. Good job. Okay, so here he's loping his slow circle. So that position in your saddle is where you're going to get to when you want to come back to that slow lope. All right. Now you're going to speed her up, but don't just go from 7 miles an hour to 20. Work your way up to 15.
Okay.
So you can start to speed her up. Hand forward, hand forward. Try to stay on that same circle you were loping. Sometimes this mare needs to go lope fast so she can figure out it's not always loping slow. But for your viewers, what you guys need to focus on is making sure that you got your horse in a frame of mind to where when you slow down your rhythm, that horse is coming back to you. You're not having to pull on your reins all the time to slow your horse down. That changes the whole game. If we don't have our horses in that frame of mind, we're not out there working on a ton of speed like that. Colt, that was a fantastic job. That was pretty fun, wasn't it? Yeah. Ernie, thank you so much for being here today. I'm glad you got to see Colt as he was speeding up there a little bit, trying to control his own emotions. Thank you so much for letting us be a part of Better Horses TV. And if your viewers would like more information about what we do, our clinics, our horses for sale, they can go to kerrykuhn.com.
Hey cowboys and cowgirls, don't go anywhere. We have more Better Horses coming your way.
So I went to several different dealerships. I started at Heritage Tractor, and I didn't want to buy a piece of equipment that can only do one job. I wanted versatility to be able to fit in a small space, but also still do big jobs. And so I went with the 2 Series John Deere. I got a 2038R, and I can switch in seconds between any attachment, and I haven't seen anyone else who offers that kind of speed and adaptability. There's not really a day that goes by that I don't start that tractor up.
No matter what discipline of riding you do, training, showing, and everyday stress is hard on your horse's legs. Decra Veterinary Products is a leading lameness company that brought you Osphos. Osphos is a clodronate injection, an intramuscular bisphosphonate to help control the clinical signs of navicular syndrome in horses 4 years and older. Ask your veterinarian if Osphos is right for your horse. Decra Veterinary Products is a proud sponsor of The American.
When you're a barrel racer, there are so many things that can bother a horse. Just eliminating the back issues is a huge advantage. I feel like using a CSI saddle pad has given me an advantage over other girls because I know that my horse is feeling good, that saddle's not bothering him. If you're looking for a new saddle pad, invest in a CSI. It's worth the investment.
I'm Martha Josey, and we're at the Josey Ranch, and we've got my barrel racing students here, and we're just going to talk about a few things on the barrel pattern that will help you. And we're going to talk about the purse barrel, and what will happen on the purse barrel. A lot of times we don't give enough rate, we don't take that horse in there and shake him up enough. The second barrel, that is the barrel that we will hit on because we're going towards the fence. Third barrel, what happens, we'll widen out to make it more like a banana shape, and I'm just going to kind of show you how to correct those mistakes. And y'all remember, it's a lot easier to do things correctly than to have to correct a mistake, because horses learn from repetition, and if you do it over and over wrong, you're going to learn wrong. So never do anything wrong. Okay, we're going to walk through, and I always like, anytime I walk, trot, or loping, I like to ride two-handed, line, because you guide with the inside and balance with the outside. Okay, this is always right here where I want this horse to rate. I don't want him to rate way back there. I want him to rate right here. I want him to get that inside pivot put under him. Right here, I want to shake this horse up. Keep that nose a little bit. And I want to be quick to leave this barrel. Okay, first thing, I want to move this horse over right here so that when we're going faster, he's going to line up going to that second barrel. When you go across to the second barrel, you want to think about your pocket and exactly where you're going. I want to go in a straight line, a straight line, a straight line, right to my pocket area. And I don't want to turn this horse and slower until I get up here all the way with my leg past this barrel a little bit. And I want to get that nose. And right here I want to turn and look at that next spot. And I'm going to show you that one more time because I really want this horse so he's very, very automatic in this area. So I'll show you. I'm going to use my body. I'm going to just kind of let go my bridle reins right here. Go up straight, straight, straight. I'm going to turn this horse with my body right here. And this is one thing this is what you talk about, having that feel. You want that horse to have that feel. Okay, if I've got a horse that is hitting that barrel, I'll show you another thing that I like to do. I like to show this horse that he's got to have the room there, and I'll use a lot of inside leg. I will trot around this barrel or mount it. Kicking his shoulder up. Let him know that he's got to give that room for him. Okay, on my third barrel, a lot of horses right here will widen out. Okay, when you leave the second barrel, the first thing you need to look at is straight to the side of the second barrel of the third barrel. About 4 to 5 to 6 feet, depending on your horse. And all horses are a little bit different. There's so many good horses right now that every little thing matters. So you want to take advantage of getting that speed, getting that horse automatic, And I love for my horse to want to win as much as I do. So thank you, Better Horses TV, and we love the Cowboy Channel, and we love the ILP TV. That's all.
Closed captioning has been brought to you by Line a Week
and Flat Tail Ranch.
Those of us who devote our lives to the animals we love can recall a kind of dawning. A time when something inside us awoke, like a seed planted deep within us and it taken root and begun to grow. And from that moment on, the path ahead was clear. That one seed set our course and determined who we would be, how we would live, forever connected to the land. We found purpose in these remarkable creatures that depend on us. At Stanley Premium Western Forage, we believe that purpose is what sets us apart and binds us all together. It's why our family built a company dedicated to supporting, enriching, nourishing the animals we all care for and this lifestyle we share. Stanley Premium Western Forage. Grown for the life we love.
Hey, thank you for watching Better Horses. And if you've missed any of our shows, check us out at betterhorses.com, where you can see all our episodes.
You can also follow us on Facebook or listen to any of our podcasts right from your mobile device.
And don't forget our newspaper coming out 5 times a year.
You're gonna love it.